Now that I am inside of Google Calendar, let's take a quick walkthrough of the screen and also talk about how to create a calendar. So here we're inside Google Calendar, and right next to the 9 dots of awesome where it says Google Apps, right here we can actually change the view to some different views here. So we can set up a day view, we have a week view, so Sunday through Saturday. We have the month view. We can set up a whole year. We have a schedule view, which is really nice, just gives it a very simple list. Or we have a 4-day view, so we have Wednesday through Saturday. And what I have here is when I click on week, so right now we're showing weekends, but I can click off the weekends just to show Monday through Friday if you just want to focus on what happens during the school week. You have the sprocket right here, so inside the settings menu here you can kind of play around in some different settings with this. You have support, so if something goes wrong or crashes and you Google support, it's great in there. There's also a search inside a calendar. But we're going to kind of focus here on the right hand side, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to set up your first calendar. So if you kind of scroll over here, you look at my calendars, and your my calendars list might be long just like mine. What we have here, this is a combination of the calendars you make plus every Google Classroom that you've set up. Google Classroom automatically creates a calendar that is listed in here. So I have a bunch of different Google Classrooms. One classroom is personalized learning. So since I set up that Google Classroom, now there is a Google Calendar associated with that. What I like to do is if you scroll back to the top and I press this up arrow, it actually hides everything. So it just condenses it. And when I look at other calendars, there's this plus icon. So what I can do is I can hit add other calendars and then create new calendar. It'll bring you to this screen where I can do this awesome calendar. So I'll call this YouTube series. So you can call it whatever you want. You might just create a straight up personal calendar that goes with your school one. So I can add a description for all my friends watching this. Oops, I can't spell sometimes. Watching this series. Time zone is really important. If you really want to confuse yourself, set it to a different time zone. So really we're looking for the Eastern time zone, New York. If you're on the Eastern time zone, but you really have to know which time zone you're in. So this could be anywhere around the world. Obviously you can see you get really messed up pretty quick if you start scrolling past the time zone that's automatically set up for you. And what I'm going to do is my owner is me. I'm underneath the LCPS organization, and I'm going to hit create calendar. Calendar creation in progress. Calendar creation in progress. So some of this really kind of just depends on the internet connection and the process that it's taking. So Google has all their workers there, and ta-da, they have successfully created this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this back button next to settings. And once again, I'm going to hide my calendars. Let's find other calendars, nothing there. So let's go back to my calendars and let's try to find my YouTube series calendar. So I can see right here is a YouTube series. And when I hover over each calendar, you either get an X to unsubscribe or 3 dots. So let's go to click the 3 dots. With the 3 dots, you see display this only, hide from list, settings and sharing, and then you have colors here. So the colors are really, really important, especially if you have a lot of different calendars that you're working with at the same time. So since this is a YouTube one, I'm going to set this one to tomato, would be the new color. So now when I go create something inside of this calendar, it's actually, instead of showing up blue, it'll show up red. So thanks so much for watching this video about how to look at Google Calendar and also how to create a custom calendar.